Good morning and good afternoon, DHL Robbinsville. Alexis Cooper here, HR leader for the site. Today's coffee talk is going to be about our employee opinion survey. So a couple of things to talk through. First, thank you everyone who participated. Our participation rate was 93%. So, we really, take your feedback, look at it, develop our action planning around what you've told us anonymously. So thank you for that. In terms of our score, so last year we received a 81% favorable score, which means 81% as being great as your feedback. And this year we went up by 1 point and received a score of 82. So thank you for that. And we do have some more detail to go through within our results. So, as you can see at the left-hand top side, our key KPIs, employee engagement, leadership, and team. So for employee engagement, we went up by 4, receiving a 84. And then leadership, we went down by 1. And then for team, we went down by 1. So during our roundtables, we'll talk through some of your feedback of what we can do to get better in those two areas. And then on the right-hand side, for our employer of choice, we went up by 3. For our provider of choice, we went up by 3. Our investment of choice, we went up by 2. Future and strategy, we went up by 5, which is tremendous. Digitalization, we went up by 5. And then values, we broke even at 0. So let's talk through our most increased and most decreased questions. So the first one we want to talk through on the left-hand side is digitalization. So this is a tremendous increase. We went up by 9, and as we should, because a part of our action plans with our pandemic that happened last year, which is still continuing to happen, unfortunately, the team, got together and said, what can we do to still communicate effectively? That's where we've implemented our coffee talks, which we're doing today, as well as the virtual town halls quarterly. So, this goes to show that, you're seeing the changes in a positive direction. So we hope to continue to enhance digitalization, especially with our ADP app, as well as Kronos. And good news to come, we'll have the ability to request time off the Kronos clock pretty quickly. The next one is, I'm proud of my company's contribution to the communities. We went up by 7, so kudos, shout out to my group, Lorianne and Breyer, who support this and help the site with our donations, our charity events, and giving back to the community. So we went up by 7. And also the next one, where I work, we find fast and flexible solutions. We went up by 6. This has a lot to do with our ability to implement flex scheduling. We've had some folks in the building that had to go from full-time to part-time, and we're able to accommodate that. Also, we've had some folks that needed to switch shifts, and we're able to accommodate that as well. So we will continue to look at flexible solutions as our landscape of the labor market is constantly changing. And then the next one is, I fully support my company's strategy and vision. We went up by 6. There's a lot going on in the organization, and the more we can communicate, the more we can get across and share with you all is important for us and important for you. And then you're proud to work for your company. We went up by 6. So this makes us feel that the employee engagement initiatives that we're driving, the events, and the small tokens of appreciation are going a long way. So thank you for that. And then on the right-hand side are the most decreased questions. So these are the questions we'll be focusing on during our roundtables when we implement those between December and January. So a couple here are really related to team. So where in my team, the working atmosphere is good. So we went down by 3 there. In my team, we strive to get better every day, and we went down 3 in there as well. So that's something we'll definitely be highlighting. What can we do better to enhance that teamwork amongst your departments, and what we could do to get better. And then supervisors, we just have a couple of here. So most decreased went down by 4 and 3. So providing feedback in a timely, specific fashion, And then also your supervisor helping you understand your individual contribution to the company. So those are some things we can implement, some training tools, opportunities for us. And then the last one is accountability. So, where I work, we're accountable for actions and decisions. What can we do better? That's related to values. And then top 5 questions on the left-hand side. So great job. We're between high 80s and 90s. So we went up by 5, went up by 3, 2, and 6. And those questions are about being passionate, about contributing to the success of the company. So this is great. You feel like you contribute, and that's how we want you to feel, because you make a difference every single day. And then if you were the customer, you'd be satisfied with our quality of products and services. This is a great milestone for us. Quality is huge. Our bin accuracies, net accuracies, and inventory accuracies are always above 99. So thank you to everyone in the building and our inventory team. And then I have access to training and learning opportunities. That's good. We plan to implement more CSCS trainings for everyone in the building. And then diversity and inclusion. So we netted there, but they were still our top 5. It was still our top 5, but we continue to drive diversity and inclusion. And we have, more activities we want to implement, even not just during our diversity week, but more on a quarterly or biannual basis. And then supporting the strategy of the company. And then on the right-hand side, bottom 5, this is fine. Everyone experiences this at a site, and it gives us an opportunity as your leadership team to do a better job and to help you get engaged and help us get better. So communication, that's always a tough one. Sometimes it's difficult for us to be open and honest with each other. So what can we do to really enhance that communication amongst our teams? Company cares about my well-being. We did go up there, but I think we have more room to grow. What else can we do in this changing landscape of the labor market, flexibility? What can we do to help you there? And then where I've worked, we've seen positive changes since my feedback. So this is relative to since last year, you've given feedback. What have we done better? I think that for us, it would really help me and the leadership team is to get more participation during the roundtables. So, instead of scheduling roundtables, we transitioned to voluntary participation, and we didn't get a lot of folks last year. So, we need to know what we can do better to help you. So I think this has a lot to do with it. So, please, if you're not seeing positive changes from your feedback, then that means, you may not be participating in the roundtables. So please join us and give us your feedback. And then the team questions. So there's a couple of here. Although we went up, there's still some room to grow. So we have a good working atmosphere with our team, and our team tasks are well organized. So again, another opportunity there to help us with roundtables. So what's the next step? So, the first piece is understanding the survey and how we did. So, that's where we're at today at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. And then the top is going to be next. So we're going to, like I mentioned, have roundtables within December, January. Please, I encourage you to join them and give us your feedback. They're very informal. We leave them very comfortable for people to talk openly. And we've done it the same way for years. Decided to make it, voluntary and different, but we're not getting a lot of participation. So again, please join us. And then the next piece on the top right-hand corner is our action plans. So once you give us feedback, we develop our action plans, and then we communicate them. And then we do our regular check-ins, and we'll talk through some of the action plans as they come into play. So for an example, coffee talks. This was from one of the feedback sessions we received last year to have, to keep communication. And how can we do that in a pandemic? Well, through digitalization as well as virtual. And then the last piece, so follow-up activities, bottom here, what you'll see is 11.1 to 131.22. That's what we're going through now. Stay tuned for those roundtables. Then we will have February 1st, our action plans established. And then we will begin to act towards our plan, top left-hand side over here. So we'll implement, and then our plans are anticipated to be completed by June 30th of 2022. So thank you everyone for listening in on our Coffee Talk topic of Employee Opinion Survey for 2021. Please stay tuned for our roundtables. Participate, join us, and thank you for all you do. We look forward to our Thanksgiving get-together, and just want to say we appreciate the hard work and enjoy your holidays.